Hello everyone, welcome to SSB Crack Exams. I'm Anuradha, and today's session we are going to give you the answers and their explanations for CDS 1 2020 English question paper. And as I'm following the set A of CDS 1 2020 English question paper, I'm going to solve the question number 11 to 20, and these number of questions, these range of questions are from the section spotting of errors, right? So before we start solving the question, let me give you a small introduction of what CDS is. CDS, or Combined Defense Services, is a defense competitive examination conducted by UPSC twice a year for defense aspirants. This year, CDS 1 2020 exam took place on 2nd February 2020, and English played a major part in the paper itself, in the written exam itself. So before we start solving the questions again, let me give you a brief overview of what we SSB Crack Exams provide to you. We at SSB Crack Exams aim to provide a one-stop solution to the aspirants preparing for not only CDS or CDS OTA exam, but for other defense competitive examinations like NDA, AFCAT, Territorial Army, INET, and so on. So you can just take a look at the courses provided by us by visiting our website ssbcrackexams.com, and you can buy your courses by using the code WARRIOR10 for an extra 10% discount on all courses. Not only that, we now have a YouTube channel, SSB Crack Exams, so you can share, subscribe, like, and spread the word among your friends and family. You could also visit our Instagram page, SSB Crack Exams, by the same name, and our website, learn.ssbcrackexams.com. You could also download the mobile app from Google Play Store by searching SSB Crack Exams, typing this in the search box, and you can get it. Right? So now coming back to what we are aimed to do in today's session, then we're going to solve the spotting of error questions today. We have to read the directions first. That is a must thing to do. So let's read the directions before we start solving the questions. Each item in this section has a sentence with 3 underlined parts labeled as A, B, and C. Read each sentence to find out whether there is any error in any underlined part and indicate your response on the answer sheet against the corresponding letter, that is A or B or C. If you find no error, your response should be indicated as D. So basically, there is this sentence. So you can see this is the first question, the first sentence, and the sentence has been divided into A, B, and C, 3 underlined parts. You need to find out the error in any one of these 3 parts. So for example, if you find an error in part A of the sentence here, you can write your answer as option A. But if you don't find any error in the sentence, you have to mark your answer as option D, which means that there is no error in this sentence. But before marking this no error option, you need to find out the error, and for that you need to read the entire sentence carefully first. So don't just skip to the parts and read it, because if you don't know the meaning of the sentence, then you won't be able to understand if it is grammatically correct or not. So we have to read the entire sentence carefully. So let's read the sentence first. After mysteriously expanding for decades, Antarctica's sea ice cover starting melting. Now if you know how to speak in English, if you are in this habit of listening to English conversations, you know there is a problem with part C of the sentence, because starting and melting, the 2 verbs with ing are used simultaneously one after the other, which is not acceptable in English grammar. Okay, so the right sentence will have been, after mysteriously expanding for decades, Antarctica's sea ice cover has started melting. Okay, not starting melting, has started melting. So therefore your answer is option C here, because part C of the sentence was having this error. Okay, moving on to the next sentence. The auction conducted by the bank will be price based using multiple priced method. Again, there is a wrong usage in the option C, the part C of the sentence. It should not be multiple priced method. It should be multiple pricing method. Okay, that is the way that this term is used. Therefore, your answer is again option C, because part C of the sentence was having this incorrect term. Next one. If the scheme would have been implemented effectively, all affected would have benefited. Now, this is a little bit tricky tricky question, a tricky grammatical rule, and let me clear this rule for you. Whenever you are using any sentence with if then clause. However, then is not used, but it is indicated or implied. Then, in the if statement, the verb should have been in the perfect tense. Whereas, in the then statement, the verb should have been would have. Okay? So, conditional perfect. Would have is called conditional perfect. Conditional perfect should be used for then clause, and for if it should always be past perfect tense to be more exact. So, it should be if the scheme, not would, if the scheme had been implemented effectively, all affected would have benefited. Okay, then is implied. Then all affected would have benefited. Okay, so your answer is option A here, because part A of the sentence is having the error of tenses, right? Next, government stock offers safety, liquidity and attractive return for long duration. Now, when words are joined by conjunctions, here the conjunction is and, it should always be in the same parts of speech. Safety is a noun, liquidity is a noun, this should also be in the noun form, but here it is attractive returned, which is incorrect. It should be attractive returns. Okay, so answer is again option B, because part B of the sentence is having this error. Next one, scrolling through my social media's timeline, I hovered over a video of a minor road traffic accident. Now it should be scrolling through. You scroll through your social media timeline, not thorough. Okay, so there's a wrong usage of the preposition here. Therefore, your answer is option A. Part A of the sentence is having the mistake, the error. Next one, the fascination with gold at least seems to be a case where traditional belief and modern finance would point the same way. Again, there is a wrong usage of the conjunction here. It should not be were, W-E-R, it should be were. Okay, W-H-E-R-E, not W-E-R-E, the verb here. Okay, so your answer here should be option B. Next one, evolutionary biology leaves us distinctly pessimistic about the possibility that altruism can arise naturally among humans. Evolutionary biology is a subject and it is singular subject. Therefore, a singular subject will take up a singular verb. But look at the verb here, leave. It's not in singular form, so it should be leaves. So evolutionary biology leaves us distinctly pessimistic. So your answer therefore should be option A here. Okay. Next one. When everything starts working for you, you will find things are achieved and delivered. It should be are achieved. Okay, not achieve. Verb in first form should not be used. So answer is option C, because and again there's a conjunction and it's joining delivered and achieved, which is not acceptable. Both of these words should be in same parts of speech, and because are is there, a helping verb is there, it should be are achieved and delivered. Okay, so answer is option C here. Next one, if I were you, I would not go for change of job. Now there is no error in the sentence because this is in a subjunctive mood. Because I is there and it is a singular first person singular number subject, still it will use a plural verb, were. Okay, therefore your answer is option D, because option D means that there is no error in the sentence. Next is the last question from CDS 1 2020, spotting of error. At the beginning of the 19th century, female literacy was extremely low in comparison to male literacy. See here, was extremely, not low, it should be low. And improper use of adjective is used here. Was extremely low, not low. Okay, so answer is option B. So like this you need to solve the spotting of error questions, and if you're still feeling unsure about how to solve and you need some strategies, tips and tricks and explain lectures, deep contentful lectures on spotting of errors on different parts of speech and the grammatical rules involved with these different spotting of error rules and the different parts of speech, you need to visit our website ssbcrackexams.com, and you can see my lectures, you can subscribe to the courses, and you can just go through my lectures where you'll get a detailed explanation, strategies and tips and tricks, practice papers and study materials to solve questions for your spotting of error questions. And while buying the courses, don't forget to use the code warrior10 to get an extra 10% off on all courses. So I hope that you should not wait for long and you fly high, achieve your dreams, start pursuing what you want to, and make your country proud. Jai Hind.